Another thing about this film that's interesting is it's the only film that we ever actually went on location for. I was going to visit a friend named Brian Chu, and there was and my character in the script goes to San Francisco. So I was like, look, why not go up there and just film a bunch of scenes in San Francisco? I was going up there anyway. It was easy just to go and steal scenes, and I think that it just adds a little bit more authenticity. I mean, I know the film is made for a low budget. I know that there's a lot of things working against it, but at the very least, you do believe that this guy has made some journey of some kind, and now he's coming back into town, which is a theme that I've always liked. Sort of coming back and righting a wrong and making things right in your life, or at least as right as you can make them.
I also remember it was extremely hot and uncomfortable, and we didn't have air conditioning in our apartment, and we also went and shot some parking lot scenes, and we were having trouble with the sound and the lighting because there wasn't good light in the parking lot, and Evan had injured his toe. He had this really bad ingrown toenail that he eventually had to have surgery on, and it was bleeding all over the place, and he was limping everywhere, and so there's certain scenes where you can kind of tell if you look at him closely, you can see him kind of favoring one of his feet because he didn't want to put any weight on it, and yeah, that day sucked.
I think I don't know if it was necessarily we had to do those things. I think we just understood maybe what, fighting for, or not, maybe not fighting for something, but struggling to make things happen. Like, if you minimize, that you can get things done. So I think that maybe signifying the cup of lemonade was just one instance where we knew we could get by with one cup of lemonade, so we did. It's not like eating fast food or something and then going to the shoot. Like, we were thirsty, and you just knew what you could get by with. And I think, as financing your third film, you knew what things costed, and you were able to, I think, turn out the best film for the cheapest amount of money. See, that's very significant to me because I remember you telling me, well, I'm either going to buy a ticket or I'm just going to walk up to the bus and pretend I'm getting off. And so I was like, okay, that'll be interesting. And so I remember going there and you going, okay, just start rolling. And we walked over and you walked and got inside of a bus. And I wasn't expecting you to go get inside of a bus without a ticket or without, clearing it with somebody going, hey, we're just doing a student film or something. And I remember you going and getting on the bus and I really remember getting kind of, oh my God, like, what are we doing? Like, what's going on here? And you stepping off. And I think somebody said something to us. Like, hey, what are you guys doing? And I think I remember you ignoring them and just continuing to walk towards me. And I remember just going like, wow, like, that was the first thing. Like, we were living on the edge, we really went out and did some guerrilla filmmaking.
I think it dealt maybe with a little bit more darker issues. It wasn't a dark movie by any means. Well, maybe it was, but not the part that I was playing as much. The suicide is very dark, but it dealt with darker issues, a little deeper. It dug a little deeper. It wasn't as surface. There was more said. There was more done. There was more acted out. It wasn't just talking about it.
I remember there was one day we filmed a bunch of internal shots that were in my apartment, and we were filming like just different scenes from different days, different points of the movies. But Evan was like, "We're gonna get it all done on one day because everyone's available and it's a Saturday," and we did this like marathon shoot, and then we were bouncing back and forth at different parts of the script all day, and I think we started at like 7 a.m. and went until it was just too dark to do anymore. Or no, we filmed night shots too. So we did like a 12-hour, 15-hour day or something like that. It was pretty maddening. And that's also the day where we did the suicide scene, which took a lot out of all of us. And yeah, another learning experience. And I think that was the last time he scheduled a long shoot like that. Yeah, I'd hope that wouldn't be noticeable, but apparently it was in a few spots that my voice sounded different.
Hey, let's go do something. Guys, come on, let's go do something. I'm really bored.
Because of my band Farside that I was in at the time, we were playing shows a lot, and it was it was pretty normal for my throat to be sore and raspy the day after a show, and I know on a couple of days, you know, my voice would sound a little bit more like this, and you know, it was harder to put, you know, as much inflection into the dialogue as I had hoped. So, yeah.